All-time classic favorite as we play old and new together here on this Monday morning. Last day of September. Downtown, we got some fog that just moved in, pretty heavy, and so be careful of that. We got 68 degrees. This update brought to you this morning by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, Dr. Nishida, and he's there this morning with a great crew of folks that are there to make sure that your recovery begins as it should. And once again, here's in for Bill this morning, Mark Williams.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Good morning, everyone. The Scioto County Commissioners are meeting at 9:30 this morning to officially adopt the State of Emergency Declaration. Scioto EMA Director Larry Mullins will be present to talk about the ongoing situation and to discuss how the public can help toward the disaster declaration. He will also be taking questions to assist the public in responding to the disaster. The state of Ohio experienced heavy rain, significant wind gusts, and flooding as the aftermath of Hurricane Helene brought severe weather to the Buckeye State Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. ONN meteorologist Michael Behrens has statistics.
75 of that thunderstorm wind damage out there, and the flood reports too. Look at all the rainfall that fell. Portsmouth picked up 6.57 inches of rainfall, including some other reports from around the region, many over 2 inches, including as high as 5.2 in Washington Courthouse, 4.76 in Waverly, and 4 in Bainbridge. The winds came along with it, causing that damage. Winds as high as 58 miles per hour in Springfield from that system. And we're not done with the rain yet.
Steve has been talking about school closures and delays for Monday, and here's just a brief rundown. Again, Portsmouth City, Sciotaville Community, Northwest, Notre Dame, and New Boston are all closed. Minford, Bloom Vernon, Portsmouth West, Clay Valley, the Scioto County Career Technical Center, Vern Rife School, and Cape are all operating on a 2-hour delay. Greene will have a delayed start at 9:30 a.m. Wheelersburg is on regular schedule. In Kentucky, Greenup County is on a 2-hour delay. Lewis County is on a 1-hour delay. Country singer, songwriter, and actor Chris Christopherson died on Saturday at his home in Maui, Hawaii. He was 88 years old. His wife, 8 children, and 7 grandchildren confirmed his death in a statement on Sunday. Christopherson's songwriting included songs like Me and Bobby McGee, For the Good Times, and Sunday Morning Coming Down. He was also part of a country music group called The Highwaymen, which included fellow artists Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Waylon Jennings. Christopherson was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2004. For WNXT News, I'm Mark Williams reporting.
And looking at the AAP charts here this morning, it's amazing to see the number of people. Of course, as of Saturday morning, we were like 50,000 people without power. We're down to 8698, but it fluctuates. It goes down and up, and I guess that's because they have to take people off the grid and then put them back on again. But it's a lot better than it was now. They say that they should have everybody back up and running by tomorrow.
Well, and then some of the grids are unique as well. I know, like at our place, like we're on one, and then like the next street over, they're like on another one. So,
right.
So it's it's kind of you run into those situations as well.
Well, in Portsmouth, like say right around Rosemount, we still have 163 people out. Wheelersburg has got 105 people out. Clarktown, 18, going to the west side, West Portsmouth, looking at about 44. But, all the way down to Stout, then out 125, everybody was out of electric pretty much Friday and Saturday. But if you've been out there wandering around seeing these AEP trucks, they've done a pretty good job of getting people on fast. The thing is, and I throw this out for those guys out there that have worked all weekend. Now, you talk about working double shifts, triple shifts, or quadruple shifts. They were working in the rain.
Yes.
And it was less than ideal conditions. Here they are trying to get the electric back on with something you're not supposed to have around electricity, which is water.
Correct. Steve, we just got this in as well. I just received this text here. The Community Action main office at 433 3rd Street will be closed today due to the interruption of power from the storm. All other offices are open and operational. There'll be no phone service into the agency until the power is restored as well.
Please make a note of it.
I will. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mark Williams. This update brought to you by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, Dr. Nishida, and we'll check in with ONN next. The health and well-being of the community community when it comes to cancer care and the cure is a name that's legendary. His name is Dr. Inishida. At Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates of Portsmouth, they're always there to think way ahead of the curve, to provide the absolute latest in care treatments and that personal one-on-one service that today is so rare. With Dr. Inishida and King's Daughters, they owe their success to the many forward-thinking community members and great volunteers who have all helped shape King's Daughters and Dr. Inishida as their first choice from patients and families who choose them for the most critical time in their life, when that absolute right decision must be made. For more information, from screenings to treatment, contact Dr. Inishida by calling 353-4884 or stop by and meet their incredibly helpful staff at 916 11th Street in Portsmouth. With Dr. I and Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, that's where the care, compassion, and the roadmap to your cure begin. All right, it is 7:37 downtown. Currently got some fog in 68, and ONN is here. And afterwards, we'll get into an in-depth look at what happened over the weekend. We call it sports.
This is ONN. I'm Jay Fox on the Ohio News Network. The state of Ohio experienced heavy rain, significant wind gusts, and flooding as the aftermath of Hurricane Helene brought severe weather to the Buckeye State Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. ONN meteorologist Michael Behrens has statistics.
Portsmouth picked up 6.57 inches of rainfall, including some other reports from around the region, many over 2 inches, including as high as 5.2 in Washington Courthouse, 4.76 in Waverly, and 4 in Bainbridge. The winds came along with it, causing that damage. Winds as high as 58 miles per hour in Springfield from that system. And we're not done with the rain yet.
There was a deadly crash last week on the Ohio Turnpike in the Cleveland area, leading to a 20-year high in fatalities on the Turnpike. Stephen Awanek from ONN affiliate WTOL-TV in Toledo reports.
That crash happened in Lorain County. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says a 78-year-old driver was headed the wrong way in Amherst Township and died in a head-on collision. That death was the 17th fatality on the Turnpike in 2024. That total includes 4 people who died in 3 crashes near milepost 49 on August 15th. It's the most fatalities on the Turnpike since 2004.
The Coshocton County Fair runs now through October 3rd, and the Loudonville Independent Fair begins tomorrow and runs through October 5th. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Jay Fox.
It is 7:38, and time now once again for sports, brought to you by Collier Medical. They're at 1661 State Route 522, and more than just medical, they also have equipment rental too. And they'll offer occupational medicine with Jamie Reynolds. All right, well, we've got fog rolling in here this morning a little bit, so be careful of that. But a lot of sports over the weekend, and finally a win for the Bengals. Here's Chuck.
That's right. Cincinnati got off the schneid yesterday in Charlotte with a 34-24 victory over the Carolina Panthers. Quarterback Joe Burrow completed 22 of 31 passes for 232 yards and a couple touchdowns. Jamar Chase had 3 receptions for 85 yards and caught a TD. T. Higgins had 6 catches for 60 yards, and Chase Brown anchored the Bengals' ground game. Chase Brown had 15 carries for 80 yards and ran 2 touchdowns. The Bengals are now 1-3. They will take on the Ravens next week. The Raiders were winners over the Browns 20-16 yesterday in Las Vegas. Brownies quarterback Deshaun Watson threw for 176 yards and a touchdown and also ran for 32 yards, but it wasn't quite enough. There will be 2 Monday night football games this evening. The Titans will visit Miami, and the Lions will host Seattle. In college football from the weekend, 3rd-ranked Ohio State knocked off Michigan State 38-7 Saturday night. OSU fans, be sure and tune in to the Buckeye Roundtable this evening beginning at 6 o'clock on Fox Sportsmouth AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. As for some other college football games of interest from the weekend, Kentucky went down to Oxford, Mississippi and upset 6th-ranked Ole Miss 20-17. Big win for Big Blue. Marshall knocked off Western Michigan 27-20. The OU Bobcats prevailed over Akron 30-10. Miami of Ohio was a winner over UMass 23-20 in overtime, and Cincinnati fell to Texas Tech 44-41. Recapping high school football scores from the weekend on Friday, Wheelersburg fell at Harvest Prep 12-6. Valley knocked off Northwest 38-35. Jalen Bender of Valley booted a 46-yard field goal as time expired to give the Valley Indians their first win of the season. South Gallia knocked off Notre Dame 36-8. Clarkson North, a school based out of Canada, took down Ironton 28-27. handing the Fighting Tigers their first loss of the season. Fairland shut out South Point 36-0. Rock Hill bested Belpre 34-0. Ashland was a winner over Greenup County 51-12, and Raceland knocked off Newport Central Catholic 29-7. Those were all Friday's high school football scores. On Saturday, Sims Valley defeated Greene 42-12. That game was originally scheduled to be played on Saturday. All of these following games were pushed back to Saturday because of Friday's storm. Portsmouth knocked off Chesapeake 45-8. West was a winner over Medford 24-0. Jackson knocked off Greenfield McLean 55-0. Crestline was triumphant over Manchester 14-6. Unioto prevailed over Piketon 21-12. Eastern Pike shut out East 41-0. Waverly ousted Oak Hill 41-0, and Rock Hill bested Belpre 55-0. The Cincinnati Reds wrapped up their season yesterday, winning at Chicago 3-0. Cincy wraps up the 2024 campaign with a record of 77 wins and 85 losses. Yesterday's game between the Guardians and Astros was canceled. The playoffs start tomorrow. Cleveland has an opening round bye. The Guardians won't play again until Saturday. They'll await the winner of the wild card series between the Astros and Tigers. And finally, Ross Chastain took the checkered flag at yesterday's NASCAR Cup Series race in Kansas. Your Portsmouth Insurance Sports Time is 7:42. Portsmouth Insurance is a TAH benefits partner. Call Gary Duzan for all of your employee benefit needs. And that is a look at sports.
All right, thank you, Chuck. We'll keep you covered. It's brought to you by Collier Medical, 1661 State Route 522. And don't forget, they're going to be there with all kinds of medical programs for you. And if you want medical assistance at home, they can do that too. And we got traffic weather together next.
Collier is expanding its business opportunities to include Collier Home Medical, a local durable medical equipment company, or DME, offering free home setup of a variety of home medical equipment such as home oxygen and portable oxygen, as well as hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier also offers home sleep testing along with CPAP and BiPAP for patients diagnosed with sleep apnea. Overnight pulse oximetry testing is available with a physician order. Located at 1661 State Route 522 across from Kroger in Wheelersburg, call 740-574-0327.
And traffic, a service of your friends at the Scioto River, 1024 Gallia Street. And again, the river will be there this morning for you at 11 o'clock with Dashing Darren, Will the Thrill, and Chasing on the Grill. And there's going to be a lot of power trucks out again this morning. So be careful of them, as it's a little foggy in some of the places they're going to be. But just give them the right of way there. Also, we've got possible ditching going on today. Ditching, yes, and that'll be going on today at Bloom Furnace Road in Bloom Township. And the Shelley Company is trying to get all the good weather they can together to do Gallia Pike and Junior Furnace Powellsville Road. They're working on that this morning. And the deer should be sleepy and gone to bed. So there you go. If you see something, and be careful of the fog. It's getting worse. If you see something we need to know about, give us a call at 354-1993. Traffic is service of the Scioto River, open 7 days a week.
Weather is service of the Scioto County Career Technical Center, where you can begin your career as a certified pharmacy technician. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. For more information, call 740-259-5526 or visit sciototech.org.
First alert forecast from WSAZ. Mostly cloudy skies, humid, a few isolated showers. Temperatures start in the 60s, head for the 70s, then back to the 60s tonight as isolated showers become fewer. Look for more of that overnight fog lasting into Tuesday morning. A few more cloud breaks, though, in the afternoon.
I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Brandon Butcher on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.3.
And downtown right now with fog, we've got 68 as we get up and go.